let's start. Yeah, you can introduce yourself and tell us your story.
Hi, I'm Dana. I go to the East Aurora Revive campus, and I used to be involved in New Age practices until I completely turned my life around to start following Jesus. Being postpartum after my second child, I felt like I just wanted to get back to finding myself again. So I started to explore personal development just on social media, and what I found is that a lot of times personal development is tied to spiritual development. Because I didn't really have a strong biblical foundation, my spiritual development went off course. I started coaching on my own, and I hired a business coach. And what I didn't really know at the time of hiring her was that she really took on a whole spiritual twist with her business coaching. And that is really what led me initially into that spiritual path. I eventually then later ended up hiring another spiritual mentor because I wanted to understand this more. And she also led psychically channeled meditations. As I was going through her program and her mentorship, she had said, like, you are that divinity. That divinity is within you, but then you are that divinity. So I said, I don't really understand. I'm not really sure what you mean. And after listening to her meditation again and really thinking about it, I actually said, I get it now. I am God. I said that. And when I said that to her, she was like, you got it. You're right. I was so stuck in thinking that because all of these words sounded so good, and with a very, very basic Christian foundation, it made me think that all of this was just okay, that it was the right thing to do. I had never actually read the Bible before, so I thought, well, this must be what it's all about. I didn't know any different. So what changed everything, the course of everything for me, was in the time that I had been coaching, fitness coaching, I had some women that I was working with. One of them attends Revive here. And I had actually gotten to be very good friends with her. And in conversation one day, she told me, Dana, like, Jesus is the way. He's the only way. I believe that he is the only way we can ever get to heaven. Very shortly after her saying that to me, a little 90-year-old lady just came up to me, asked me how I was doing, how my family was. And when we were done, she said, can I pray for you? And I was like, sure. So she just held onto my arms, and she just said the most amazing and beautiful prayer, and she spoke specifically and only to Jesus. Instantly, I felt very moved, and I was just like, whoa, okay, like, that was nice. And I let her leave the room, and I shut the door, and I just immediately started crying. And that was when I physically felt the Holy Spirit move from head to toe. It was like just a whoosh, and it moved me. So I didn't know how to read the Bible. I look and I'm like, John, like, okay. And I just kept listening. And by the end of that book, I mean, I was so convinced that I was like, okay, everything I was doing was wrong. And now I have to stop it. I had to admit it to my family. And my family knew where I was at. Didn't even really know that anything had happened. They didn't know the woman prayed over me. They didn't know I started reading the Bible. It was just kind of an internal thing at first. And so that was actually really hard. Since leaving New Age and following Jesus, there has been so much fruit that has come out of it. My immediate family, for example, now my husband and my kids, we go to church every Sunday. It's a non-negotiable. We love to go, and I just continue to work on being that example for people. Life was forever changed after that one prayer, but also my obedience to that prayer.